Welcome to Pure Entropy. This podcast aims to find the signal through the noise and make the mysteries of life much clearer. We do interviews with different creatives, different hustlers, different people trying on different lifestyles, whether that's trading, whether that's making videos, filmmaking, whatever that is. We just get to speak with these awesome people and learn more about their life. In today's episode, I have Ryan Vance, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. So, Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit who you are?
What's up, man? It's boy Ryan Vance. I go by Ryan Vance. My real name is Ryan Azodeh. I'm a 22-year-old day trader. I own a community with over 1,000 people now in my community. We do financial literacy. Like, we're very, very big on this, like, community building, this finance, stocks, day trading, sports betting, credit repair, everything that you can get your hands on that's to do with finance, we do it. So that's kind of why.
That's awesome. Why don't you tell us, like, how you got started in this, like, who you learned from, what inspired you to do this?
So for me, at first, my first thing I ever got into fitness was crazy. I got into fitness, right? So I've been into physical fitness. Like, for me, it's so important to actually know your body type before you start, like, trying to make money. Because, like, your physical appearance is, like, the actual, like reflection of your discipline, your consistency, everything. So I was doing workout classes. I had, like, fitness bands, booty bands. I had group classes, virtual trainings. So it kind of got me into business in a sense because I started to understand, all right, cool. Making money, you don't have to really work a job. You know what I'm saying? You can really just do your passions. And if you love it enough, you know what you're doing, you can build a lifestyle. So I basically started out with my fitness journey, classes. I actually put bands in, like, real brick and mortar stores. So, like, I was moving the right way. And then I started realizing it was like, I love fitness and all, and I'm pretty fit, I'm pretty swole, but it's like, there's so many different avenues of make it like that.
Yeah.
Like online dudes, especially remote, right? And COVID-19 brought it out to everybody. Like, everyone started to realize, like, wow, COVID came in and then, like, everyone's making money online, things are closing down, people are losing their homes, but how are there some people like now that are making billions right now? That's kind of what kind of led me over to stock options trading. I've been doing it now for like 3.5 years, but like whenever COVID hit, I really just dug down on my skill sets, and then I started realizing, like, dang, do this. Started a community. I was like,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny. It reminds me of, like, you started fitness. I used to watch the, like, Christian Guzman stuff. I don't know if you've seen him. It's like Alpha League.
Yeah.
So just going to see it. He's so close. So for me, I was like, bro, this guy's like, hey, bro, if I could go and I could be like in Sugarland, like, he's done it, and for real, he like dropped out of college too. So for him, I like watching his journey, and he was the first one. It's online that I could be like, he's not really my trainer, but because he makes videos, I could just work out and be like, oh, this guy's also doing a workout challenge. So, like, it's like you got a friend there. Because sometimes your friends are like, yo, I don't want to go today. And you're like, come on, like, it's more fun with a friend. But I do like times when it's just like you and your music and just in the zone. So what is, like, kind of like do you try to work out every day? What is your routine right there?
so I used to work every day, right? Like, it's like now I probably go at least 3 to 4 times a week. Where I do push-pull legs. That split. Everyone loves PPL, man. That's the game changer, bro. I swear, bro. Anybody can do PPL. Everybody will have a 6-pack and abs, right? So yeah, I do that about 3 to 4 times a week. I try to lift heavy too, right? So I won't do like 10, 12 reps. I probably do like 8 reps, something heavy, because it makes me kind of like, it's called like muscle vascularity or something like that.
Yeah.
If you like have heavy weight but low reps, you're basically building muscle a certain type of weight, actually, like bulky, right? People doing like 10 to 12 reps, they start being too lean, and like you can't really get what you want to get.
Actually, I did not know her.
You know?
That's new sweet.
Hey, shit, it's some sauce, man.
It's good for me.
It's some sauce, man. Yeah.
I used to do this volume training. I've heard that where it was like one main exercise, you do like 10 sets, 10 reps. And the others are like 10, 12 reps, 3 sets. But recently I switched to, just for like changing it up, I started doing 8 reps and doing heavy. Because it's like, I will know when my arm is about to give out. So I can stop like 2 reps before that.
Yeah.
Versus before, it's like, I'm done at 10 reps and I'm like, that wasn't hard.
You're like, you don't feel it. It's like, I feel like whenever you push to failure, like, you get what you really want at your body, you know? And people can't really see their body type because they're not really pushing to failure. They're just like doing 10, 12 reps at lightweight. So you're not really getting like defined abs or like a good body that you want.
That's true. Yeah. How about like nutrition? Is that something big for you, or we kind of just like?
Let me. Okay, I'll say, look, it is, but man, my diet right now, it's a different story. So I think it's actually crazy. Like, people don't even realize how good a burger is for, right?
Yeah, all right, go for it.
Let me tell you, bro. Look, that burger, right? First of all, that shit's so good, like first of all. But like whenever you have a burger, right, you're actually getting like the fats you need to gain like healthy muscle mass to your body, right?
Yeah.
So like whenever you're doing heavy weights, right, you're eating your burgers, ironically, you're eating pizza, right? All that stuff. It helps you build like the oils in your body, like the fat oils, and you can actually gain like bulk units, right? But you want to also have a main like course of like good foods, like with your health,
Yeah.
greens, like go to Chipotle and Tahoe, whatever. Get your greens in. So have a good mixture, but don't completely throw away your burgers. So, yeah.
I agree with that. Some people like never eaten a burger in like 6 years. Like you've never been happy for 6 years. That's what I tell them. Like I was like, you can have cheat days. It sounds like
Yeah.
yeah. I do. Whenever I'm like taking it super seriously, I'll start tracking for like a week just casually. If I get in the habit, then the second week I'm like tracking exactly what I eat. You were talking about your community and in the starting alone. So that like it's nice that there's community. I'm in that too now. So, but definitely there are still times when you're like, no one else does this, or it's like people do it, but a lot of people are like, they're already established that they're like try to teach it, but they don't do as good with it all the time.
You don't do it full time. It's like whenever you're trading, there's something called market tuition.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever you start trading, it's like you can't beat it. Like you probably be glued with money. And it's called market tuition. So it's like I realized at an early age when I got into trading, like I didn't understand that was a thing. So I was just throwing money at it. Like I was putting in when I was doing it, I was just taking my time with it, and I would just like tell me somebody, right? Yeah. I understood this is a full-time game, right? This we're playing against millions of other players. So I'm thinking about like a game, right? There's millions of other players that should beat me, right? So it's like I understand, like let me get to a team and you figure out who to be next to you. Doing like you have someone who's like giving you guidance, or someone who's coaching you, be able to actually be better than the next game. So I sometimes been a very every time it's my career. Let me actually go, hey, right? Let me actually go read a book. Let me go watch a video. Let me go actually create a game.
Yeah.
Out there, I'm just keep throwing money down the drain.
That's something I did that too. Because at first, like, oh, this person said this is good. And then, like, yeah, I see it, but, like, not really see. You see the trend on the chart, and you're like, oh, yeah, I see it too now because somebody said it. But then I'd be like, shit, didn't work. And then you're like, what do I do? So, like, I know you mentioned that, but 12 weeks a year is one thing, like, you have to, like,
Oh, yeah.
how'd you find that? Like,
Book?
Yeah.
Or we had a book 12 weeks too. Also, it says get more done in 12 weeks. I was thinking get up in 12 months. Yeah, so get more done in 12 weeks. Others do it 12 months. So for me, I understood after reading that book, right? I got into it. It just helps you understand about time, right? So many guys are thinking about like, all right, cool. Like, let me see it. This is my 5-year game. Yeah, I don't even know today if I'm alive in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to figure out like what we're doing right now. Like, what is more important right now? Like, it's current. Like, the only thing that's promised right now is the past and current time. Future is in the past. So it's like that book, the 12 weeks here, it showed me that like if I want to get things done, I gotta think about it in a smaller time frame, right? I like full year time frame. Like, I want to bring it down to quarters, I break it down to weeks, break it down to months. That's more promising than a full year.
That's true. How do you, like, because there's so many things you could do. But if let's say like, oh, I gotta do these 5 things, but even like 12 weeks, maybe you're focusing on like 2 or 3. Where did you have like that struggle? Because when you have too many options, it's like that one looks good. That one
Yeah. But yeah, so that was me, bro. I was suffering with it's called shiny object syndrome, right? Shiny object syndrome. It was like the being on Korea too. I was into fitness. I was going into rap. I was going into trading. I was going into drop shipping, but I was everywhere, right? Hands on everything. So I was like just putting my hands to everything, but I was never going to master one thing. So it was like after you really just like put your head down and just focus down on one thing, you can do whatever you do if you really put your mind to it.
So did you still like? I don't know if you still have moments of like, shit, what if I wanted to do that too?
So low key, yeah, I mean, I'm real because like, because I've been working out, right, and I've been taking videos, and the guys be like, "Damn, Ryan, like, what you be doing? Like, what's your workout routine? Like, I'm like, this is what I do, right?" And this is like, it's like where I came from. Like, so I've been doing fitness, I've been doing like health and nutrition, and I understand that it's like your physical like appearance is a direct reflection of like your consistency, your discipline, and like your actual commitment to yourself. Yeah, because like, you can't really go get money or go like do anything if your health is in check, or if like you don't feel like you have you feel like you look ill, you know. So I always tell people who are probably my groups are part of my program, it's like, before I coach you on anything on my stocks, right, let me help you build a morning routine. Let me give you like a way plan for what you're going to do before you even touch anything about money, right? Because if you're aware of your morning routine and your habits, it's actually give a reflection to yourself. Like, cool. Today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to pray, I'm going to do a breathing routine, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to actually like spend time like, do things I love to do, I'm going to write, I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to go into what I got to do, you know? So I feel like the morning routine has really helped me in my life as far as organization, and now it just has me do way more other things.
But you're like today morning, I try to do the morning routine stuff too.
Yeah.
But usually it's so easy. You wake up a little late or something happened. You're like, your phone's right there. So you're like, I don't want to see the text, but like, I want to see like, it might, just something that happened. Yeah, but today I was like, I'm not touching that. So I went straight down and I was like, I'm just gonna, read my book, just chill out there. My dog's there, so just like stay with her. And I could feel in the back of my head still. I was like, I was just like, where is it? Where is it? And then that's when I was like, this is bad. So I'm trying to work on too, just not having to think about the phone. Like I need it. Versus like it's something to help.
It helps. Yeah, because like, bro, like you'd be so surprised at like this phone right here. People create $1 million businesses with a phone. It's not saying, bro, I probably I haven't made less than like 12,000 on trades just like everywhere. But like we do all of my charting on desktop and computer, but like my execution on my phone.
Oh yeah.
So like this phone, people are scrolling on Instagram and Snapchat. I too, but it's like I'm prioritizing the time on my phone effectively for money making things. Right? This is an income stream. Right? So I mean, people are always scrolling online, on Twitter, whatever the case is. But like, if you're not making money off your phone right now, it's like 2023. I'll just throw off the cliff.
So how would you say for people who like don't know anything about stock? Like I have some friends, some do know, some know like long-term investing, which is like like my dad, like somebody sell them. But I see a lot of like female friends that don't at all do it. There are some that are like rare, who like trading. I'm like rare one. But girls trading is like rare. Find them who are like, how do you get started, bro?
Real, but so for someone who is just getting stocks, right? I would first say you want to figure out first, like, what is your goal? What do you want to do when you touch it, right? Because ideally, right, you could like someone has to know, right? What's like the biggest media company right now? That's like for movies. What's the biggest company right now where like sell products online? Amazon. It's the biggest like company that has phones. So it's like we want to first understand like what companies you're investing into, the long-term scheme of things. So after that, the first thing I would do if I was here at the trading club today, I would first do paper trading. So I would take the app called people, right? So what is paper trading, right? Paper trading basically is paper trading. So if you go into a stock, into a broker business, this app, you can basically trade with fake money before you put in your real money. So it's like people don't understand how much less that is. Because at the beginning of my career, I didn't know that, right? I lost 50s of thousands trading. So I didn't have a game plan. I didn't have a strategy, right? So if I were to start trading today, I would definitely start with trading. Get the best experience with how you make money. And then you can also just join communities, figure out what you're doing. You can just go ahead and practice. Until you feel comfortable with
you can join bands networks. You can. That's where I'm learning from too.
Yeah.
Definitely like you can definitely try other communities as well, but definitely like I love our community. It's pretty good.
Hey, so how's like your experience at Next Level and also being like on your mentorship?
I think the mentorship program was like at first I was iffy about it because I was like, I don't know. It's like it is an investment and like you have to invest for education, right? So that's the mindset I changed first, and then I was like, just being in the community for a while, getting used to it, like seeing you like, getting the results too. Not just like you're not just about the words, you're about the results too. Right? So I was like, okay, he can talk, and he walks to what he says. So that's when I was like, what is the best? Like, I wanted something that's focused and packed, and I was like, even if I learned it in like a year, it's gonna be skill for like 30 plus years. I would know, which is like 1 year of like hard learning, or 30 years of like making it feel like this is easy. Like, then you can help other people too, and it's something you want to do as well. So it's like I would definitely do it. And I remember like 2 books you said. There was Trading in the Zone that I would like recommend for everyone too, and the Candlestick Bible. You said. And there's a put it in the link, but there's like a Google Drive that has like 600 plus trading books. Just like if you don't want to buy, it's there.
Free knowledge.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Like, I was loving to work with you since you are here. Home you're like, right now, it might be stuck working with history, right? Yeah. If you have remote work, remote labor, you have time freedom to get in the computer, you can literally make an extra trade, right? Which is why I always love to have people that work remote. Because right now, right, say someone's working a job, right? Working for 40 hours a week, right? That's like 800 a week, right? Times 2, that's about 1,600 minus taxes, which takes probably about 1,400. So daily, right, working 8 hours a day, you're making $20 an hour. You're only making about like $160 every day, right? So then the trade starts. Say you make a small $100 a day, you're gonna be making like over a 50% increase on your daily input that you're making, right? So like that's when I started to realize like even a small 100, 200, 300 a day, some people really can make a big difference, right? That's sure.
So basically, you said like get started to certain things to do. What I'm getting, you said 3 things to do. Can you like tell us one more time with those?
Yeah. So if I were to just start trading, there's 3 things I'll do. First, I will Webull, and I'll open a paper trading account, and that's basically trading big. So paper trading, basically get the experience of trading without putting in your real money. So it's a really like good way to get into trading without actually like putting your money in. 3, I would go ahead and get trading. Trading, you go ahead and learn about chart. Everyone sees all these fancy charts online, right? It's always to be on trading view, right? So I would see 3 things to happen again. I was just starting. I'll go ahead and download Webull. I'll have a paper trading account. I'll get on trading.
And trading view offers like sometimes they do discounts and stuff too. So if people, may not want to get the plan. But I feel like the free plan does more than enough.
Right. It those ads are crazy.
Ads on anything. I feel like something good would be to now just we know like what to do, but what is something that you recommend like don't do this? Because the opposite sometimes helps us figure out like maybe there's 30 things you could do, but these are the 30 you try not to do it.
Right. So some guys always come and say, "Oh, you're right. I want to put 20,000 into my account right now. I don't want anything on stocks, but I'm trying to put 20K right now." Don't. First thing you want to do is go ahead and open that paper trading account on Webull and trade with fake money. Because you can go ahead and lose fake money and make fake money and actually learn the skill set, learn the game plan before you put in your capital. So like that's the first thing I would do. Like, number two thing I would not do is this, right? Open a trade, right? And go off with your day. It's crazy.
Yes, I've done that, bro. I definitely have made that mistake.
Man, some of my guys that I mentor, like, they make like hundreds of thousands. They probably made like 1 or 2K trading. And then like one trade, they'll go open a trade, they'll go put it in, and they go take a shower. They'll come back. Sometimes you'll work and make money, but at the end of the day, one thing that I don't do is gambling, right? So whenever I invest, whenever I trade, everything's covered. Everything is like understood. Everything is like a real, like I reverse engineer everything, right? What does that mean? So if I want to make 10K in a month, right? There is 24 trading days in every month, right? Yeah. So if you make 10,000 in a month trading, that's simply $416 every single day. So $400, that's like 20% of the $2,000 account. So you can basically, let's engineer, figure out what you want to get out of trading. You kind of like start at the finish line. So that's what I do.
I think it's smart just breaking it down like this is what the final thing looks like. What are the parts to it?
Right.
I think that's all like the build stuff too, because you can see like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. It's easy to be like, oh, I can never do that. But if you like break it down step by step, it's like, I feel like that's where that 12 weeks a year perfectly comes in, because it might seem like this might take long at time, but if you can see like this 12 weeks I'm focusing on like these 3 areas, that helps a lot. There's actually another book I'd say, it's called The One Thing. That's pretty good. That goes with like the 12 weeks a year, where it's like it asks you like, what is the one thing if you could do today to help like whatever aspect of life, then that's your habit.
I never heard about one, but it sounds like a pretty good book.
Yeah, and then really, because I read both the 12 week 3 and One Thing like close enough, then I was like, wait, it's like a
So this is synergy.
yeah, exactly. That's the word. That's the word. And then recently, their like company, whatever, they're offering free coaching sessions.
Okay.
So it was like sign up complimentary coaching. So I went to it. So I was like, free.
Yeah.
Then the guy was like, He's like international coaching foundation certified, and so he's like, whatever you want to ask me, 45 minutes, I'm gonna be like, I will help you with whatever. So he was like, you could tell me nothing, you could tell me as detailed like your whole life problem, whatever it is. It's like I'm gonna be the coach for 45 minutes and like help you ask what you like. He did. So it's just like insane. There's something pretty good. I feel like you have like that mindset too. Where do you think like that mindset came from? Because it's easy to be like Instagram or always have
That's the thing, right? Because before, bro, I used to trade, right? So I was making money. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just trade. I make my money. I'm not telling nobody nothing. I bought something, right? I figured out, bro. There is, bro, too many people that are just holding. Yeah. So people are just making their money and then just silent. And so there was some times like whenever I had no motion to have like not like a lot of money coming in, and some of my friends are doing huge things. And I'm like, yo, what you doing? And it's kind of like low key, you know what I'm saying? So it's like until I figured out like what I was doing trading, making like 1-2K a day, I figured out like, wow, let me actually show somebody this because I literally showing my friends this like person really want to come into trading. We started making some money, right? One on withdrawals. And now it's like his life was changing. It was like he's actually figuring out what it is to make money online. And it's like whenever you're used to working a job like 5, it's sometimes almost like impossible to understand that you can make more money on your phone at home, relaxing on your own time, on your own clock, if you just put the time in and you figure out a skill set in the game. So after I figured out for me, it's possible for me, only then did I show people like, yo, go ahead and do this, go put money into this, learn this. So now it's kind of like brought me here. And now I'm just focusing on helping out other people.
Yeah. Definitely, it's nice that you get benefits in 9 to 5, but I feel like they know they can keep them forever. That's why it's like, we'll give you all this free stuff.
Yeah.
We'll never let you go.
Yes. I also heard this quote. They said that when you work a job on 5, they pay you just as much as they could pay you to where like you won't quit, and then also to where like they're not giving you that much money at the same time. So it's like, because I used to work a job, right? I used to work at Taco Bell, Sonic. I used to work at Bex Prime, bro. And I figured out that shit was all BS, just respectfully. And then I started figuring out like, whenever you really want to make some money, if you have a car and a phone and Wi-Fi, you don't have to work any job. You know what? I was working at DoorDash, Uber Eats, Fave, Postmates, bro, Instacart, bro. I was doing them all at the same time. Bro, dead ass. Look, I would go somewhere, I would put an order down, and then it would bring me to the house. I get like a second order like that. Boom. So I was literally just like driving around, bumping music, and making like 22 bucks an hour. Then, so it was like, why should I settle for a job that's paying like 10, 12 bucks an hour? I can just simply go drive around and make like $25 an hour off Uber Eats, right? So then I literally took that money that I made from DoorDash, Uber Eats, I put it into my trading account. So to actually figure out what I was doing, to taking notes, I was just locking in, right? Like whenever you're very young, getting into this online income space, there's so many different things that you can do, like so many different like avenues, right? Me, I focus on things that I know. I love stocks, like for how I said, like you want to name like the biggest company right now, for example, that I can like give you like electronic cars. You say Tesla, biggest company that can sell you a good computer, Microsoft, probably. Adobe. There's so many different companies that we know. So I put all my money from like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, my jobs. I put it into my trading account, put it into my education. There, it's brought us to here now.
Hey, only more to go. So, would you also recommend like sometimes people feel like while they're learning they must trade every day? What do you think about that?
So about that one, it's like you don't have to trade every day, right? If you know what you're doing, you have skill set, you have game plan. The days that have made sense, you can trade. Yeah. Because if you trade every single day, it's not turning into an addiction. Yeah. It's take gambling because you want to make money, right? So me, I don't do that, right? I take by 1, 2, maybe 3 trades every day because the human brain, it can only physically comprehend and create 2 high profit setups every single day. Say it again. The human brain can only formulate 2 like actually A+ setups every single day. So people are taking 5, 10 trades every single day. They're literally trying to make money, right? As soon as you try to make money from the market, they feel that, they sense it, they try and take it from you, right? It just slowly, it just keeps on lowering the probabilities of your success the more trades you're taking. So I will always say, getting into trading, focus on taking 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades every day, and just go out with your pay. Because the biggest thing is like, after I take 1 to 2 trades, well, I'm going to the gym, get a chop, get a massage. I'm living because I'm doing a bigger size on my trades. So I love doing more sides, less trades, and more trades.
So how do you kind of manage? Let's say like someone's finally confident and like practice account works well, but then they're like real stuff comes in, right? Then you're like, all right, this is the real money. But they're like, maybe I take 1 contract, right? But you said bigger size, but less trades. So what makes you like confident that like this is a good setup for you? Like, what is like your mental checklist, or if it's like talking people write down?
So for me to get into any trade, I'm gonna need 3 things of confidence. So I need 3 different chemicals of confidence. So confidence basically means confirmation.
Yeah.
So for example, so like when you're checking options, it's calls. So calls, you're basically saying that the market is going to go up. So this is a recession-proof skill set because like during COVID time, everything was dropping in price, right? We were slamming the bag, right? So you can literally make money regardless if the market goes up or down. So now to your confirmations, this is what I would do. So this is some sauce I'll drop. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't drop sauce like this, but yeah, we got sauce today, right? So for example, this is very easy, right? So the first one is making your trading options. You're gonna have pre-market, during the market, and then after hours, right?
Yeah.
So before every single market day, what you want to do is go ahead and chart the pre-market highs and also chart the pre-market lows, right? So whenever you see a stock is coming approaching that pre-market high level right here, you can go ahead and see, okay, how is the volume? Volume is how many shares are being traded at any given time here. Okay, the volume is high. You're seeing good setup. Cool. That's one calculation. That's just literally one, right? So what I want you to do this. If you have a support level, right, at a certain zone, and I mean, we're seeing this bounce off of it 2 times or 3 times, this is probably going to be a pretty good support, right? So that would kind of be like my second. Third one also is, I'm very big on supply and demand, right? So for example, what is supply and demand, right? So for example, Rolex, they can't make 1 million watches, right? Because if they do, we can't charge 10K, 20K for them, right? So they're probably make like a certain amount of watches so they can go ahead and have a supply very, very low. Because if you have 5,000 watches, and then 1 million people that want to get this watch, so they can charge you any price for it, right? So in the market, it's the same thing. They're not looking to buy calls. I'm not looking to buy calls at the top, right? Because everybody wants to buy calls here. The demand is high. When the demand is low, and supply is high, boom, that's what I buy calls. Right? So that's kind of like a way how it gets to the market as well. I would typically buy my calls at the demand zone, and I would sell my calls to the supply zone.
Figuring out, maybe you like watch one video today, learn about trading, maybe you like learn about how to create your own business, whatever that is. So, running communities like this is something that could be like fast track. To like as we get close to the end, I have these fast fire 3 questions that I ask. And so you can only answer in 1 word, or you can answer in like a quick story, right? So what is the best advice you ever heard?
Best advice I would say is to invest into yourself.
Invest in yourself.
And the reason for that is because you can put money into a stock, you put money into real estate, you can put money into a store. But like maybe you're learning about skill sets, you're investing into education for yourself. The rooftop is limitless, right? Because there's no cap what you can build for yourself.
So was there like something you experienced that made you believe it? Because I feel people know that investing in yourself is like the best way. If you know a skill, you can teach and you can also, but they don't believe in themselves. So how did you, or were you always like able to, I know if I set my mind to, I can do it? Or was it seeing someone else kind of like, hey, if he can do it, why can't I?
So one thing that I figured out at an early age was like, the people who I like network with, they're gonna be in advance. They're gonna be in rooms. They're gonna be in spaces that other people aren't. Right? Because not everybody wants to spend money on themselves, right? So like whenever you go to best, they go to a conference, they go to a group, you're gonna meet other people that are also spending money. For example, I was at a conference in Atlanta, constantly like 1,000 and something like that. And then to my mom, she was like, "You're crazy."
Like spending 1,000 for a conference, and then it just is like not everybody will understand that like your network is really your net worth, right? The people that I met at that conference, yo, I'm they're like today, they're literally like brothers to me, right? Like I literally met people that are into credit, to finance, like e-commerce, real estate, Facebook, OnlyFans management. Like, bro, I didn't even know, bro. I didn't know people were doing things like this, right? And so like I'm literally in this room, right? So one piece of advice that I would always say is, yo, get in the room, yo.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is, yo, get in the room, because people that are doing what you want to be doing, they're paying for things, right? Because people that aren't paying for things, they're not going to be in these environments, in these rooms. So as soon as you go to a conference, you go to a community, you go to a group chat, look around. People in the same room as you, they're paying for education. So they must have a different like level of thinking, right? And so these are guys, these are girls that you want to be around, because you're going to always be elevating. You're going to always be progressing by being around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like if you're just in the room, even if you're like the newest person, you don't really talk, by just listening, you like absorb so much information. You're like, damn, like I didn't think of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Number 2 is, what is the worst advice you've ever got?
Worst thing I would say is, where's the right? Okay, well, over here is good question. Right there. There's a lot. Trust me, man. I have heard a lot. Right. First thing I would say, worst piece of advice I would say is working on a 5 until you're 40 to be secure, right? Because people have told me, like, don't get me wrong, like, people have told me this. There's like a lot of things people have told me. I'll probably say like the worst thing I would say wouldn't be that. Worst thing I would say is don't become like don't own your own business, or don't try to get the business. Like, don't try to make money online. Because there was a time where I was like, doing stocks, obviously, and I was losing some money. The people in my family, they're like, yo, Ryan, like, don't like stop this. You lose some money, right? And if I would have listened to them, like, yo, you know what? I did lose 10,000 like this last month, whatever. Let me stop. Or I wouldn't even be here today.
That's true.
So like I'll probably say like the worst advice that you could take is other people's opinions sometimes. So only listen to people that are doing better than you or doing like as good as you. Because if not, people might be putting their limiting beliefs on your goals, your passions, and your dreams, and that could deter you from the path that you could have just been driving on, right? Because like everybody has like a goal to hit. Everyone has different passions, right?
Yeah.
But telling your goals, telling your dreams and passions to people that have beliefs at this level right here, they're gonna keep you thinking down here, right? So you could have a big like life ahead of you, but you might have just deterred everything because you took the advice from Susie or from Matthew or from Jake. They're not doing what you want to be doing, so don't really like listen to them.
I was like, in the end, because Jake is not gonna run your life, you are.
Exactly.
That's true. All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What's one law in the world that doesn't exist that you would want it to be?
One law in the world that does not exist that I want it to be. That law would be that. Good question. That's a great question, man. You're having me think over here a little bit.
So I told you, I was like, you haven't heard these yet.
Okay. One law that I would say that does not exist is before you make any moves in this world, like before you do anything, right? Create a game plan of what you want to achieve and put it on paper. Physically write it down, because if you don't write something down, right? The brain is like one of the strongest muscles in your whole body, but also like one of the weakest, right? So you can learn something today that will literally leave your brain tomorrow if you don't put it on paper, right?
Yeah.
You have to like physically like do the real action of literally put something on paper. It's gonna help you like your brain know this is cool. This is what I want to do. Because like information can literally go through your brain and then be gone in a second, because information changes situations only with implementation.
Damn, that sounded like a rhyme.
I
was like,
said again, look, information changes situations only with implementation. So it's like information right now is running this world. 2023, we're in an information like space right now, right? People are making money online, doing options trading, doing crypto, doing e-commerce, copywriting. This is all online, right? And so COVID-19 helped people to understand that there's something bigger than a cubicle, right? There's something bigger than working in a job all day. There's 19-year-olds that I know that are making damn near 6 figures a month. And it's like they're not doing a job. They're in Miami chilling, right? because it's possible, right? It's just all about information, right? It's about getting mentorship. It's about learning skill sets. It's about learning from people that are doing what you want to be doing, you know?
You've been listening to Pure Entropy. Thanks for listening to this podcast. It really means a lot. I appreciate all the time. Take it out of your day to give it a listen. If you'd like to support further, you can do so by leaving us a review on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. See you in the next one.